that maybe the Bourrasque might come up from behind me, so I want to keep moving, as well as artillery might be aiming at me, so I just want to, you know, keep moving. And lo and behold, hey guys, Worm here again, and today I wanted to follow up my previous video on the Bourrasque and talk a little bit more about marking this tank, or how to do a little bit better, since I just recently 2-marked this tank and I'm gonna actually go for my 3rd mark. So I wanted to just give you some tips on how I sort of have learned to play this tank. I previously did a video on the KV2 and how to mark that tank, so if you guys want, you can check that out later. That video is a little bit more I guess like suited for slower tanks, since the Bourrasque is a very mobile tank and it's also at tier 8, so it's a little bit more difficult to mark this tank, just because the mobility affords you certain you know, benefits to be able to flex on the map, and also that means that there's definitely a higher skill cap with a tank like this over a tank like a KV2. So I just wanted to share with you guys some 2 gameplays. One here is an ace tanker that you're gonna see why it's important to fall back and you know, not be too passive but also not be too aggressive. And then the second gameplay is actually my 2nd mark game, which is actually a tier 10 game. So this game is more of the balanced matchmaking, and then another game is gonna be where the matchmaking is not so kind. And you can see me early on taking this early bush. It's a great bush for getting some early spots. We're able to spot 5 people already, and the spotting is really important in this game. It essentially allows you to see where the enemies are and see where your team is lacking in certain areas, and see exactly kind of where you want to position yourself in order to deal with whatever is going on with the enemies, as well as what's going on with your teammates. Additionally, one thing I noticed from earlier on when playing this game vanilla, because the mod pack actually had a delay, Aslan's mod pack, I guess, like his team that works on the mod pack, they mostly work on the EU server, and so the EU didn't actually get 1.12.1 until the 21st, I believe, and NA got it on the 20th, so I had a day without the mod pack, and that was when I really noticed the two main key factors that I really kind of I guess I took for granted about the mod pack. One is seeing XVM, which I know it's not a fully accurate depiction of how good a player is, but it does give you a rough idea about how hard you're gonna have to carry, as well as how much support you can possibly get. As you can see, our team is slightly less experienced than the enemy team. We have a lot of players with around 10,000 battles played, whereas their team has, you know, some more experienced players. So I can see that you know, I'm not gonna try to throw my tank away trying to save this IS-3 when he's fighting against 5 players by himself, right? So that can kind of give you an idea of how to play your game. The second tip, or the second thing the mod pack gives that is super valuable, is when you press the Alt key, I'm able to see the HP pool of every single tank that has been spotted or is in my radio range. So that's really important when you're deciding on if you want to push on a tank, whether you can clip them out. For example, in the Bourrasque, you have a 720 potential clip, so anybody within that range, you know, you can probably clip out in 2 seconds. That can give you valuable information on deciding where to push, where you can poke. Like, for example, I would because now because I'm close and the Progetto is or the Pantera is spotted, but if I didn't know that he was on like 500 HP, you know, I wouldn't know to push or poke that to kill him. So It's those small details that can really transform your game. And so, as you can see in this game, we're losing a little bit, and it's definitely gonna get a little bit worse here, as the HP pool, we're down by 2,000 HP, and we're pretty much holding about a quarter of the map control. The enemies are definitely in the driver's seat here, and so we're just trying to be here, spotting this middle passageway, because if these guys push through and are able to spot all these snipers back here, our team is done. They're just gonna get spotted. They're gonna get hit from all of these, campers back here. So it's our job to prevent us from losing this, and then obviously try to not get hit from this side. But primarily our job is to try to create this crossfire between here and here, the two angles here. So that's really important that we're keeping this TV piece spotted here. And I don't know why he came back, since he just fired, I think. So yeah, we're doing pretty good getting our damage output here, and this Udez was doing a good job until he got shut down by the Sturv here. So we're just trying to wait for our reload here. We're almost reloaded, and luckily the Sturv, we low rolled, but luckily our teammates were able to help out, and we were able to get a shot into him. And here you can see I'm looking at the rings on the circle, and I'm trying to avoid getting proxy lit by the VK, since I want to set up an ambush. This T-32 as well. As you can see, I'm driving away from him because I don't want to get lit here. And luckily our artillery was able to finish off the T-32. And now I can see the TVP is pushing, so I want to be able to try to counter him. So we're able to put the killing shot into him, all the while staying outside of this VK's proxy range, so I'm not getting lit. That's why I'm not hugging the rock right there. Unfortunately, because I'm not hugging the rock, I'm not able to get enough gun depression or be in the bush, so the Bourrasque actually spots me there. But luckily our artillery is able to kill that VK. These heavies, what they should have done was they should have gone the long way around, pushed around here, and then I wouldn't have been able to do much for them. But the enemies just got a little bit too overconfident, and a mega low roll there on the Tiger means that we don't actually finish him off. But we're doing well. We're able to essentially pull this back, and now we're actually winning this game. And we're up to 3,600 damage and nearly 2,000 spotting as well. So that's really a fantastic result. Just waiting for my reload, hoping this Bourrasque pushes out again. See a sliver of his tank, but I see the guard is pushing, so I want to help push up with him potentially. But unfortunately I go out of the bush and I get lit here, and luckily I'm able to pull back just in time and actually bait a shot from him, and a guard is able to take him out. So fantastic result, and pretty much we were able to take this game from the jaws of defeat and turn it into a win. So we're just going here, hunting down the artillery. I guess one tip that I want to sort of mention, I didn't really showcase it here because I think this is one of the earlier games that I had, but as I played later on and I played more games, one thing I noticed is a tip that I would give you guys is, because this tank has such a slow turret traverse, or not turret traverse, it does have a slow turret traverse, but the hull traverse is just really bad. I'd recommend you guys, when you're poking a corner, actually reverse into the corner instead of going forward, so that when you're pulling away, if you need to run, you don't need to turn, you don't need to spend 3 seconds turning. You can just press the W key and run away. So that's like a really I guess like a elevated or pro tip that I'll give you guys if you guys want to get really good at your games. So here I try to feint like I'm going to the A line to go kill the M53, M40 M53, but he actually was kind of ready for that. But luckily our guard was able to shut him down. And all this is just clean up. So we can speed this up. Move forward. Unfortunately, we're not actually able to get a shot here. And the artillery is able to finish him off. So let's take a look at the post-game stats. Alright, this was an ace tanker, scout, patrol duty, Confederate, and high caliber. Let's see. Yeah, we were actually able to get 25 bonds too, which is quite amazing. And this was 4,300 damage for 3 kills and 1563 base experience. That's pretty great. Let's see. STG guard did pretty well. Actually, pretty good damage all the way around. So it's a pretty balanced game. And let's see. 17 shots fired, 14 hits, 14 pens. Yeah, that's what happens when you fire premium. This is definitely a vast contrast to the other game when I was firing standard ammunition. Yeah, it's definitely not pay to win. Wargaming, 4,300 damage, 1,500 from more than 300 meters. So this game, we're actually doing a lot more peeking and shooting, which this tank definitely can do. It can trade really well, and we were able to get 2,700 spotting. And we're actually netted 100,000 credits, which is pretty remarkable. Oh, yeah, wait. Why does it say 100,000 but then minus 49 it still has 100,000? I'm not sure. I think that might be because I was running some reserves possibly. But yeah, you can definitely make credits even when firing premium. So let's take a look at the second game. All right, guys. Here's replay number 2, and this is the game that I actually got my second mark in. And this is a tier 10 game, which is, you know, actually happens a lot in the Bourrasque. I feel that, you know, this tank actually can hold its own in tier 10 games. You just kind of have to fire a bit of premium. And if you're okay with that, you have the mobility, you have a tier 9 gun, and so I feel like this tank is not really at that much of a disadvantage. I'd say probably on like certain maps, maybe like Himmelsdorf, you might be more at a disadvantage. But just I try to keep looking at the bright side that, you know, when you're playing in tier 10, there's more HP to be had, and so you also get a I'm pretty sure it's 10% bonus for shooting 1 tier higher, and then 20% bonus for shooting at 2 tiers higher. So that's definitely beneficial, but it doesn't really help you with marking. So the fact that we have full camo, we're able to sit up there and not get spotted by the Conqueror until we fire. And so that's a really great opening there. 600, almost 700 damage right off the bat. So, and we see that the enemy Bourrasque is trying to use the same position, but looks like our team is a little bit better and shooting at them. Or returning fire, I guess. And this is like the typical opening position that I like to go to on this map in my mediums, heavies, and then sometimes my TDs as well. It's just such a great position. You can hold down both the flank on the right here where this E100 is, and you can also hold down, you can poke up forward and you can actually spot these lights and mediums if they don't knock down the tree properly. So this is actually a really powerful position. So here, I'm trying to see if I can support my Type 5 heavy, since they have what looks like 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 possible tanks that might actually push over there. So I just want to be vigilant and make sure I'm able to be in a position to help my Type 5 if he needs. Get a nice side shot into that IS-3. And I think about pushing forward to see if I can hit the AMX, but I decide against it since I've already been spotted before, so they kind of know where I am. Typically, this tank just does better if you're not lit and they don't really see you coming. And so I see this AMX is trying to YOLO our Kronwagen, so I decide to stay here and see if I can shoot him. But soon enough, you're gonna see that this position is not gonna be viable pretty soon. You can see this TVP. I'm thinking about see if I can get a shot, see if I can shoot the AMX. Unfortunately, I get lit there, probably by the AMX there. And here I see that the IS-3 2 hasn't been lit for a while. Oh, E100 is making a push. See, he's turning. Get one shot. Unfortunately, I didn't want to take 700 because he was looking at me, so that was not good. And then I see right there, I saw that the IS-32 was pushing forward. So now I take that as my cue. I need to get out. I can't support the Type 5 Heavy if I'm dead. So I want to fall back here into a little bit more of a defensive location. Additionally, I fall back here because I noticed that the guys on the beach are pushing as well. So I want to be able to create a crossfire here, or at least spot them. So I see the IS-32 pushing forward, get one into his rear, and that was a really badly aimed shot. Should have aimed a little bit to the left, and unfortunately I bounced off his rear. But luckily our team was able to come and support him. This Kron and the ISU, they saw that as well. So good on them. That's really good map awareness. And then now I see that the beach has been lost by our team, and the IS-7, along with his tier 8 heavies, are pushing through. So I want to set up an ambush here. Just being patient, trying to wait for the shot. It's important that I've conserved my HP throughout most of this battle, as it's going to be important later on. So IS-3, unfortunately my shot doesn't hit. Went a little bit low. Second shot was better, much more well aimed. Unfortunately, I pushed forward a little bit there, a little bit of tunnel vision on the Bourrasque, and the 5A puts a huge shot into me, pretty much taking off, what, 45% of my HP? That's one of the problems, or one of the things you have to keep in mind when playing tier 10, is that everybody has such high alpha damage. And here I tunnel vision a bit, and I take another shot from the Conqueror, trying to yellow this Bourrasque, but he does a really good job of taking 2 shots into our object and then running away. So I decide I need to go help the heavies by the beach if I can. And so I'm gonna see if I can get along this cliff and then, you know, tip my tank over slightly so I can get some shots in this Conway, and I'm able to finish him off. And then now I'm just being aware that maybe the Bourrasque might come up from behind me, so I want to keep moving, as well as artillery might be aiming at me. So I just want to, you know, keep moving, and lo and behold, artillery takes a shot at me. Takes off 200. Luckily he doesn't actually hit my tank or pen me, so that's really lucky. Fortunately, poorly aimed, went into the turret. Second shot's was actually similarly aimed, but luckily it flew better. And the Bourrasque was already ready to take me out there. And so now I'm just staying safe from Artie. Just trying to stay alive as much as possible. So now I'm thinking, alright, I should probably help the team try to go kill this IS-7. That's probably the best move for me. Yeah, so the object 277 is going in and going to kill this IS-7, so hoping that we can go kill this Conqueror that's actually spotted. That's actually really bad timing. The Bourrasque too. Luckily our ISU was able to kill him. And now it's a 3v5, but we're down on HP. Unfortunately our IS-7 takes out one of our teammates, so now I'm setting an ambush for this Conqueror. Unfortunately our artillery gets killed by the Conqueror. And unfortunately I get lit here. Probably should have stayed behind a bit more, and now I'm worried about the artillery killing me. Since the Artie was, where did he shoot me last? He shot me from like around here, I think. So I'm worried. I'm just trying to go backwards and forwards, not be too predictable. And just going into this bush, seeing if I can spot the Conqueror. And I know this Conqueror can definitely carry this situation, so I don't really want to fight him frontally. So team is telling me to go kill the arty, which is actually, I'd say, the right play right now. So I'm gonna go hunt for the artillery. Let's see if we can speed this up a bit. We're gonna see soon that the artillery actually isn't back here anymore. He's actually look at that, the arty actually made his way all the way to A1. So the object sees that and is able to finish him off. So now it's a 3v1, and we pretty much won this game. So now it's just a matter of being smart, not doing anything stupid. I thought a moment there to go for cap, but decide against it, and then unfortunately our object dies. So now I know I'm a one shot, so I just have to wait for the 277 to get him to turn, and then there he turns his hull. It's GG, and we're able to finish this off and get a nice win and get my 2 mark. So I was super excited when I was able to get that last bit of damage, because I think I needed about 3k to get it. So let's take a look at the post-game stats. Okay, here we're in the end game. This is our 2 mark, like I said, only a 2nd class, and we got the Levislauho medal.
Russ, did you guys lose this game or did the Jazz win this one?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I definitely butchered that, but that's killing 2 tanks that are 1 tier higher in a medium tank. And this was 3,387 damage for 3 kills and 1,243 base, which is only enough to get a 2nd class, which is kind of crazy. 15 shots fired, 11 hits, or 13 hits, 11 penetrations, and majority was it from long range. So that's essentially it. And unfortunately, we missed a few more shots, so we actually only made 25,000 credits with 66,000 ammunition. So those reserves definitely are saving me. But yeah, that's the game. Let me know your thoughts on the Bourrasque. I'm gonna go for the 3 mark. Hopefully this weekend, if the servers get back online. NA, we had a huge server outage when they tried to migrate the US Central to US East temporarily. And actually, when I was playing my session yesterday for this 2 mark, me and my platoonmates were all experiencing some, I guess you could say, like maybe some server lag or something. Something definitely wasn't right. So luckily it wasn't too bad, so I was able to still perform decently well. But hopefully they can get that fixed by either today or tomorrow, which is when they estimate. So let me know what you guys are doing instead of playing World of Tanks while the servers are down, if you're on NA or if you're enjoying EU/RU or South America or Asia Pacific, if you're enjoying your server much more than us NA plebs are. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.